And school, we're here again. This Wednesday, March 5, 2025, the third month. And this I'd like to say welcome again to another edition of the Kear Morning Show here on Kear Radio FM 95.9. Every day we make it our obligation to be here to talk about these things, national issues. On this radio, we do not attack personalities. No, we discuss the issues. My name is Jefferson Weah, and I'm a usual host serving you breakfast every morning. Lots of things to talk about this morning on the show. Share the video. We're live on Kear Network and also on Facebook, KEARNETWRK. On YouTube, Kear Communications Network, with there as well. Invite others to follow the show. Leave your comments on we're going to read them out for you this morning. We recognize you. Don't forget also those of you in the US, the Kear Humanitarian Foundation will be launching in April. And so let me say good morning to all of you, our many listeners. Good morning to our online viewers, Libardino dos Santos Cooper Jr. He says, good morning, Kear family. Princess Camara is following. Cougar Kim says, good morning, Jefferson Perry. We are good morning, Kim. The rest of you, Emmanuel Lema, and all of you who have joined us, good morning to you people. Joseph too, he says, good morning, Jefferson. I'm following closely from Pipeline Road. Thank you so much, Joe. We have lots of things to talk about, like I said. Yeah. Journalist Archie Ayuba Boa, a brother and friend, media colleague, is following this morning. He says, I'm following. The report here from the investigation, the fire, the Capitol building fire incident report is out. We're going to look into the report this morning. Talk about it a bit, do a little analysis, and then we chip in. CDC Secretary General Jefferson Koji has written the U.S. government. It's a long communication. It's a long communication. Eugene Fagon has placed the Minister of Justice in a position that is too tight. Oh yes, the LBS Director General has placed the Justice Ministry into a position where it is so difficult now, but you just have to do the needful. Oh yeah, do the right thing. Coming up also on the show at 9 o'clock, we will play host to a staunch member of the Alternative National Congress. He's a top-ranking member of ANC. Dr. Mohammed Sharif will be my guest at 9 o'clock. We'll talk the ANC. We'll talk about other national issues. Our focus will be on the ANC specifically. We'll talk other issues. We'll talk some legal issues as well, because he is a lawyer, a counselor, I guess, a lawyer. Yeah. A couple of other things we'll talk. So be there. We might have an extended version. But that's why it is. That's just the menu this morning. It's full. So get glued to your radio. Those of you from the ANC, get glued. My man Desmond Nimle, good morning to you, Des. Musa Belete in Nimba County has formed his new party. The man has his own political party now. Citizens Movement for Change, CMC. But Representative Samuel Koga says no party can divide Nimba. You can come and work on an AUP, work on a PO. But that's it, man. It's a good thing that the by-elections is coming in Nimba very soon. We'll be there as well to cover up. We might go to Nimba anytime soon to talk to people that to do, some coverage. We get reaction from citizens on the elections, the upcoming by-elections. So that's it. That's just a lineup for this morning. Tracy, please come to studio. Tracy, please come to the studio. Okay, folks. So let's get it done this morning. We have a couple of things to do. I have a report from the Capitol building. Fire. Okay, thank you so much, Tracy. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Tracy. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we're good to go now. So the report from the Capitol building fire incident is out. Before I talk about that, let me say happy birthday to my brother, Jala, Eloshus Jala. Jala celebrates his birthday today. The man is the CEO of Jala Media Group, formerly of Jala TV. So I'd like to say, Jala, happy birthday to you, my dear brother. Enjoy your day. May God grant you all of your wishes. Okay. And so get a report for you so that we can just do a little read out and then we go into it. Yeah. Here is it. Here is the report. Here is it. Okay. Here is it. Too many things everybody saying. Abraham, Weah, morning, mommy. How you doing? This. Everybody is kind of concerned. The report is this, is that. My man Doc Cooper is in Hazoo. The Inspector General, the Minister of Commerce, the guy the president appointed from Nimba County, Doc Cooper, former Representative Doc Cooper. The man is in Hazoo, UL, and they declared the man as persona non grata. They say the man will no longer be, he will no longer attend our institution. You can't go attend UL again. There you go. In fact, UL students say they should dismiss the man. The president should dismiss Doc Cooper. So the man is in a very tight position, in a hot zone. Hope. Where is this report? Just give me a minute, folks. I'm trying to get this report. But every time, people complain. Even me, I have issues with this UL thing. Every time you go to the University of Liberia, you have this other protest that will, slow the movement of learning. You have to wait for some time before you go to school. And all of these things. Well, Dr. Lady Mapaya has come. She's the new president. She's also getting a taste of student politics, especially the University of Liberia. So the report is here, folks. Get glue, listen. As you may recall, this fire incident at the legislature, specifically the Capitol building, it took place in December 18, 2024. Yes. And that fateful morning, you know, nobody expected that while we were coming to town, if I was on the radio and I got the information that morning, up Capitol Hill, there was smoke coming from the joint chambers of the Capitol. And so, I mean, it was so bad. Several names have been linked, or to it. The police has they begun their investigation. There were some arrests made, and people were taken to prison. The likes of Thomas Idrich, and others. But the report is out. Fire Rescue Alliance Fire Investigation Report. So the Fire Rescue Alliance they were the ones who conducted this report. Case number, investigator say can let me take it good so that I can't make mistake for you. Say, oh, Jefferson, we did this. So the report says can Man Fire Chief retired, Jerry Stretch Fire Chief retired, Mark Lendy Fire Chief retired. All right. Property address Camp Johnson Road, City Monrovia, County Monserrado, State Liberia, and dwelling type Assembly Library Capitol Building, protection, no sprinklers, no smoke detectors, no central alarm monitoring. The incident date December 18, 2024, time approximately 06:20 to 06:32. So it means from 6:20 a.m. to 6:32 a.m. Incident type structure fire. Cause incendiary. The cause of the fire incendiary. Incendiary. I will spell it out. Take your phone, go to Google, search or take the dictionary and search for this word. I'm going to spell the word out. And then you will search for it because I have my own definition here also. And then I will read my own definition and you too will read your own there. And you know what the word incendiary means. Incendiary. INCENDIARY. IN. N as in name. N, not M. N as in name or new. N as in new. So it's INCENDIARY. Incendiary. That's the cause of the fire. Injuries not recorded. Deaths none. Fire Department, Liberia National Fire Service, FDI, ID not attached. Type as recorded in Firehouse. So the causes are undetermined, accidental, incendiary, natural. Now, investigation status. When you do investigation, there are too many things you have to talk about before you come out with your conclusion. So they said the date, the investigation status, date, December 18, 2024. Investigation started December 18, 2024. Investigation handled exclusively by LMP and LNFS, Liberia National Fire Service and Liberia National Police. On the 18th, December 18, 2024, the investigation was handled by the LMP and the Fire Service. On February 28, 2025, the Fire Rescue Alliance, the FRA, investigators arrived in Monrovia. On March 1, 2025, this month, briefing with law enforcement, FRA investigators began site evaluation. March 2, 2025, FRA continues site evaluation. FRA completes site evaluation. FRA package physical evidence. FRA transfer evidence to LMP. at 12:48 p.m., FRA turns building over to jurisdiction. March 4, yesterday, March 4, 2025, the case closed. The investigation closed. Status: open, referred to outside agency. All right? 1 minute. Let me get it. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. Yes, somebody's trying. Let me check something. 1 minute. 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 Okay. Okay. Musu Masakwa, thank you. Okay. So, and then, so the investigation closed on, it closed on March 4, 2025, yesterday. And then, this is the conclusion. The conclusion now of the case, the investigation, the findings. Say, based on a systematic fire investigation following best practices, this fire has been classified as incendiary in nature. The determination was reached through a methodical analysis of fire patterns, material damage, witness statements, and physical evidence processed and collected at the scene. The area of origin has been identified at or near the speaker's podium, where the most significant fire damage was identified. This finding is supported by burn pattern analysis and correlates with witness statements regarding the first windows breaking on the west side of the building, which introduced additional oxygen and intensified the fire. Our investigation concludes that a fire originating near the speaker's podium would involve a lot of combustibles such as furniture, cloth burning, foam, chairs, carpet, and the like. The rapid spread of this fire suggests an ignitable liquid was used. Now, the ignitable liquid is highlighted. The rapid spread of this fire suggests an ignitable liquid was used to allow such a fire to spread to full involvement within minutes. Above the speaker's podium was a vertical wall covered with wood paneling and the Liberian crest on its face. With the fire originating at or near the podium, the fire moved vertically up the wall and across the underneath side of the west wall balcony. It then moved vertically up the front of the wood-covered backdrop with the Liberia crest and to the ceiling. Our investigation what the report says again, our investigation ruled out an electrical cause as an examination of electrical conductors in the area of origin found no evidence of arson or short circuiting. Additionally, prior vandalism had resulted in exterior electrical conductors being cut, further eliminating the possibility of an electrical ignition source. No evidence of energized appliances or active electrical loads was present at the time of the fire. Building maintenance stated the air conditioning units were not working, and if they were, they would not have been in use as they do not operate them unless the chamber is in use. It went on to say within the area of origin and along primary ingress routes, we located 8 1-gallon containers. You listening? We located 8 1-gallon containers, which were not observed in the building less than 24 hours prior during a legislative meeting. The placement of these containers, particularly near exits, suggests intentional effort to obstruct egress and increase fire spread may have been the intent. Increase fire spread may have been the intent. Considering the lack of accidental ignition sources, the presence of ignitable materials in key areas, and fire behavior consistent with an incendiary act, rapid fire growth in parentheses, the cause of the fire has been classified as intentional, which means, or which is in parentheses incendiary. That's the cause of the fire. It was intentional. And it concludes by saying, this conclusion is based on an objective evaluation of all available data, providing an unbiased, a systematic approach to the fire investigation. Additional forensic analysis and collaboration with law enforcement may be required to further assess motive, means, and responsible parties. These opinions are held to a reasonable degree of probability and are based upon information available at the time of the investigation. This file may be closed at this time, but we reserve the right to reopen the investigation if additional information becomes available later. Respectfully submitted, Chief Jerry Stretch, Chief Ken Perlman, Chief Mike Landing. Submitted to the Inspector General, Liberia National Police, March 4, 2025 at 10 o'clock a.m. That's the report. That's the report from the fire incident. That's the report from the fire incident. And that's what you saw. You listen to it, folks. And prior to this, there have been many speculations. When the police made or they started quoting persons of interest, in this case, there were too many things. There were too many people saying different things about this. All right. Now, let's look at the word first. Incendiary. What does it mean? Igniting combustible materials spontaneously, of relating to or being a weapon, such as a bomb designed to start fires, tending to excite or inflammatory. So the report, the definition, you listen to the word igniting combustible materials. So you out there, you have your dictionary, or you go to Google and you see the word and you define it. So that's just the report out. And though the report mentioned that they collected 1 8-gallon containers, and the places those containers, especially they were placed at the exits, exit points. It's like the fire. It will roll from one place. It's just like when you spill something, and it's roll from one place to another. But there was no electrical shock. There was no AC. No nothing at such. Were on. That was just it this morning. So I just take few course. What do you make of the report that was just read? What do you make of the report? that was just read. It's out now. 0770-573-477. My guest, Dr. Mohammed Sharif, uh, will be here at 9 o'clock. Will be here at 9 o'clock. Dr. Sharif will be here at 9 o'clock. And let me take this very short break quickly to be right back. Let me take this break to be right back. This musical break here. Let me take this break. Okay, so 9 o'clock, my guest, Dr. Sharif, will be here. This one, okay.
And this is Amazing Kear Home Health Services. This is a home health agency. We send nurses and home health aides to patients' homes and take care of them, provide medical and non-medical services for them in their homes. So that's what we're doing. This is the office space where the high-end process is rendered.
Also the assisting admin at Amazing Kear. I've been with this company since 2014 when we were making nothing. And we were literally in the basement of our apartment. This is how growth have brought us this far. 2-bedroom apartment, and we were literally using the basement and the garage space to carry on this business. And because of growth, we moved here on 2019, and we've been here since 2019 doing this. And God has been so faithful along the way, and we're still going strong.
Of course, what do you make of this? The report, many people have had different thoughts about it. Oh, it's this, and they're bringing people, they're targeting, and what have you, but the cause of the fire has been out. But the investigators have said that they will open a case if need be. They will open a case. So it doesn't mean that the case is finally closed, but they will still open it if the investigation calls for that. So 0770-573-477, 0770-573-477, 881-871-670, 0770-61523, the WhatsApp line +231-886-681198. The numbers you can use to be a part of the conversation here this morning. All right. The numbers you can use to be a part of the conversation this morning. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Joseph Momolu. Good morning. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay. Also, I told you that Jefferson Koji, the CDC Secretary General, has written the U.S. government. It's a long write-up. We hope to have another time to talk about it because I don't have time. My guest is already here. Dr. Sharif is here. So, Daniel Logan, Samson Weah, thank all of you. So yes, you can usher in George. You can please bring Dr. Sharif in so that we can get him all set up, and then we keep the ball rolling. Dr. Sharif, please bring Dr. Sharif in so that we can, start to move in. Okay. Yes. Yeah. All right, folks. So, George, please bring Dr. Sharif in. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. We will move in. We'll move in, and this will also be aired on another platform. So yes, that's
You adjust it.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, about to start the ball rolling. Okay. Okay, so here we go. My guest is already here, and let me bring it on so that we can get the ball rolling. Okay, and we set mic 2, and it's going to be a lengthy conversation. So we didn't want to waste time and keep the doctor waiting. That's the reason we have to get it done. What's the platform? Okay, so this interview is also live on Terra Online television. For those of you in Radio Land, it's also live on Terra Television. Right. So, Doc, good morning and welcome to Kear Radio.
Good morning, Jefferson. Weah. Thank you so much for inviting me for this conversation.
How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good, and I'm happy to be home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're here today. First, let's begin with you. Many people listening who want to know who Dr. Sharif is, what he does, and other things.
All right. Thank you. I'm MOHAMED Sharif. I was actually born in Kolahun, Lofa County. Then my mother was a nurse, so we were in Vahum, that is Upper Lofa. That's where I started school, in the Catholic school, a small hut kind of. It's still there in Vahum, and then later back to Kolahun. I attended the School of Faith in Kolahun. That was before the war, and later when the war broke out, and by then I was spent some time in Bangor, spent some time in Monrovia, and that's it. The story goes on, and then during the war, we went to Guinea to Sierra Leone, and then I attended university. I have a first degree in linguistics.
Oh, wow.
And then I have a master's degree in educational leadership. And then I have another master's degree in applied linguistics, which I did a distinctive study of phonology. I looked at the Mende phonology, Bandi, and I compared it to the Igbo language. These languages, they always talk in parables. So I was looking at distinctive sound systems that distinguishes one word would sound in 3 different ways depending on your pitch level. I moved to England where I read law in University of London. I have a master's degree in law, in international criminal law. I have another master's degree in crime and criminal justice. I hold a PhD in law. And right now, I'm doing my doctoral research in public policy and criminology in the University of Nottingham. I actually have a strong legal background.
Yeah, from just the introduction, it got me like, wow, you must be a seasoned lawyer.
Well, it depends on which angle they look at. And I can say to you that in addition to that, I've been in public policy. I mean, I went there with a 4.5, 4.8. That's
high school.
That has been my aggregate. And anybody in Liberia or around the world that wants to challenge it, I give you my results.
Wow.
Check with the university if I'm giving you story, making good myself. But it's a 4.5 to 4.8. All my grades.
That's a high school.
So they can check with the university. Even the current president of Liberia is aware from my University of Nottingham that I'm one of the best in the world.
Wow.
I'm not boasting. So Liberia has a lot of resources. And, you know, what am I bringing to my country with the level of knowledge I've tried to acquire? Right now, I'm doing research. And I'm home doing research on public policy and criminology. So a lot has gone into developing knowledge.
Okay.
I drafted the domestic violence law for Liberia. In 2013, I was hired by the UN. I've been a consultant for the World Bank in the public sector modernization project, wherein the civil service system you see some improvements in was actually as a result of my handwork.
That's a good one.
I've been World Bank consultant on land. I've served as consultant for UN Human Rights, looking at the checklist for human rights for the legislature. I co-authored that. I am part of the West African Bar Association. I have worked on so many legal documents in Liberia for the UN. And not only that, in England, I've also worked for the UN in Angola, in Zimbabwe, in DR Congo. I speak Portuguese as fluent as I speak English.
Wow.
I speak some Spanish, a little bit, small French, and apart from the local languages in Liberia, like Bandi, some Mende, and some Bele, I do speak Kikongo from Angola. I understand Lingala from DR Congo.
Wow.
And I understand small Hausa and small Igbo from Nigeria because of my background in linguistics.
Okay.
So in England, I teach the master's program in law and criminology, especially the research aspect of it. And I was opportune, based on my output, to be one of the citizens advisor in Nottingham in England, and also part of the legal team that advises the city mayor of Nottingham, Greater Nottingham. That's Brock Stowe. Okay. So basically, that's the level of knowledge I've acquired in terms of leadership and things. So I am basically available to serve my country in various ways.
Okay.
But I'm now going to change the English to our own English.
I know.
I cut it down.
Yeah, because
sitting with the white people side, I like your own now.
Okay, so
yes.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, it's a privilege having you. For the very first time, a high-profile, guest with your portfolio. You the very first person with this portfolio to sit under just me or before me to interview you. However, you back in country now. While you were the main things happen. I know you from the ANC. We'll get to the ANC. We'll talk about the ANC a whole lot. But before we get to the ANC, while you were away, were you here for the elections in 2023?
No, I wasn't here, but I actually monitored everything that happened here. There might be gaps in my knowledge, but to a large extent, I was able to follow up things that happened in Liberia.
Give your own perspective on our past elections, 2023, especially that saw the defeat of George Weah, bringing President Weah to the leadership.
To start with, I must applaud the Liberian people that no one should think, or nobody must say when we vote them, put them in position, meaning that birthright, when they born you, so that your right to be there, are happy that Liberia looking at different direction now. You sit down there, you not do good, we take you from there. Yeah. So I like the way Liberia doing it now. We punish people for lying to us. And we will still punish people if they continue to lie to us. So I'm happy for Liberia. We're beginning to get wise.
The elections in 2023, the margins were slim, just slight, a little over 20,000. I mean, you just previously you said, well, you like the way Liberians behave because their minds are opening up now, meaning they're learning. So nobody will come and just say things and then you go like that and say, okay, yeah, let's give you a try and what have you. Liberians are they gravitating from that level now where one person will come and say, we'll do this and they say, okay, we'll give you a chance in this. The results from the elections, there were, everybody was saying different things that, well, the Unity Party stole the result with the help of Amara Kone and what have you in the war room and everything they said. With all the speculations, also seeing there was a man, Edward Appleton, who was not well known. It was clear that he wasn't known, but he came, third to this election. Your party ANC, got a little over 1 point. What can you say?
All right, thank you, Jefferson. Here's the thing about elections in Liberia, and I'm going to be very deliberate. In Liberia, a lot of people don't really take elections seriously until the last year of the elections. Elections are not won during the last year of the elections. Elections are actually won 4 years or 5 years ahead of the elections. So your preparation determines your ability to win. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Although you will have other things that they call intervening factors, things that can influence the result of an election. But to be candid with you, CDC was ill prepared for the level of sophistication that the opposition parties put up. Their initial arrangement of the CPP would have even resulted into just one round defeat had they remained together. But hey, guess what happened? Pride.
Okay.
Pride entered into it. And once pride entered into the minds of the politicians, they started to undermine one another. And that, in fact, gave an opportunity for CDC to try to bring so-called IT experts, which the IT experts that they brought, some of them, it's rumored that they are from Israel, they are from this, that. So we knew some of these guys. Some of these guys went to universities with us in England and other places. We know them. We know their abilities. So we know how to I can't go deep into telling you what are some of the steps that were taken to stop CDC from actually rigging the elections. But the reality is they've tried hard to rig the elections, but they couldn't. Because there are other brains as well ticking the clock. And coming down to my party getting 1%, I do agree that, yes, perfectly, ANC, we are pretty new, but not too new. Yes, we had our own challenges and so on. But I tell you, Jefferson, the history of cheating in elections in Liberia, it's not new. I take you back to Weah 1927. 15,000 people registered during the time Charles D.B. King was running against Edward Falcon. 15,000. Guess at the end of the elections, 200,000 people had voted. So Liberia is known on Guinness Book of Record for fraud, cheating in elections. So it's not new.
When we say George Weah, the results were slim. He had an opportunity to have just overturned the results.
No, I hold you there.
Those are the thoughts of many Liberians.
Let me just conclude on ANC's 1%.
Yeah.
We know, they know that there was fraud. All of them were playing game. The UP, the CDC, they were playing game because they had the upper hand. So they were cheating. ANC did not have the sophistication to stop them from playing the game. They knew that allowing ANC to get to the third place of decision making would have been very crucial on their part.
Wow.
Yes. And so this is what happened with Charles D.B. King and Edward Faulkner in 1927. So you see that fraud. I'll give you another example. The late Senator Chris Johnson. In 2011 and 2017 elections, there were places that he got 2 votes. Police Academy. You want to say where the man lived, that only 2 people will vote for him?
Which is not possible.
So that tells you that elections in Liberia has the foundation of fraud. So cheating in Liberia, they're not new.
It's just a normal thing.
Yes, it's a normal thing. So you have to be ahead of the evil genius, as Cummins calls them. You got to get a sense to black them. So CDC actually, if UP had the sophistication, as they are saying, both of them were on the cheating thing. No doubt about it. Both of them were trying to outsmart one another. But if CDC had the IT experts that they wanted to bring from Israel, which they could not pay the guy. Now, this guy that they wanted to bring, the guy worked for the NSO Pegasus company in Israel. This is the guy that CDC wanted to bring, but they didn't have the money and they to pay the guy.
Even though CDC was
Yes.
in power.
Yes, you can have the physical cash, but you don't have the moral cash to pay the man. Because this man will want to take the money, but there are friends that will tell you, say, my man, don't let these guys take this thing. They will drop it.
Okay.
So there was sophistication that went in to stop this guy. And so saying Amara Kone cheated, then Amara Kone did not cheat. They, in fact, cheated. The very first round, they were defeated flat. That story that you saw Senator Dillon carrying blue plastic, it was just all trash. They didn't have no evidence. They did not have the sophistication to be able to tally their results at the time to prove that straight they didn't beat the man in first round. They beat. They beat George Weah clean
in first round.
Yes.
Wow.
Look, I am a research analyst. They beat George Weah straight the first round. But because the UP also did not have that sophistication, that what Amara helped them to set up a war room. That thing that happened in 2023, trust me, on my watch with ANC, it will not happen again. We can never get 1%. Wow. ANC can never get 1% on my watch.
But where were you when the party got 1%?
I told you I was on studies in England and I was doing a doctoral studies in public policy.
Okay.
So look, I have been able to be part of a think tank that brought Tinubu to power. So I know how.
Bola Tinubu of Nigeria.
Yes. Also, William Ruto in Kenya. So I have been part of think tanks that evaluate and do strategic planning. It can't happen again. I dare this government in power. Come 2029, they are out. By this time, 2029, President Bwaka is no more president, nor his party.
The Unity Party will be out.
They will be out. You know what? The things that were wrong yesterday that we spoke against with CDC can never be wrong, it can never be right today. They are not proceeding well. They are not proceeding well. There are misplaced policy priorities. And this is what is creating a lot of tension in the country. They should be aware that, the way they're proceeding is not the way to handle a country that is youthful. Liberia has, I can say, up to almost 62%, I might be wrong, of young people. So you don't have a policy for youth that gives them job, that make young people to get job. They don't have it. And that's the reason why, for us, being involved with leadership of ANC, we are having a comprehensive policy. We're having programs that will take the young people out of poverty. We will take old people out of poverty. And we have solution. And the solution, the white people call it evidence-based. It must get proof. But these people, their manifesto or their mirage. You know what they call mirage? When you walk in to go on the farm, you see far place up the hill, you see a shining like that water there. When you reach there, nothing there. That's the policy of the arrest agenda. They get nothing that breeze. I challenge them. I'm a policy expert in the world. I challenge them to bring their best 5 policy experts in a debate with me to City Hall. Let UNDP do it.
I wish to get one of them from a top-ranking member of the ruling establishment.
Let them sit with me in the studio
and bring you here. I'll try to make that arrangement, and then we have that conversation. I hope it worked out.
I'll give you one example that their policies are misplaced.
How?
The issue of the War Crime Code. If you want to address the issue of past impunities, you have to study the landscape. You have to study the security situation in the country. And you have to study the legal system. Is it strong enough to be able to handle some of these issues? And I tell you, this president and his team just brought this war crime code team to fulfill a campaign statement. Just like in 2016, we will build a wall and Mexico will pay for it. The same thing Trump did. That's what they're doing to us with the arrest agenda. I tell you, you cannot have a war crime code wherein you don't have a comprehensive plan as to how you address the witnesses, the victims. How are you going to compensate them? Because you're opening old wounds. You're opening old wounds. Are you going to pay them for the houses they lost, the limbs they lost, the asset they lost? Do they have the ability to arrest companies that participated in the war by sponsoring warring factions? They can go Netherlands and arrest any company. They can go America to arrest any company that were bankrolling or in countries around the world. No. This thing a mirage. It's just fake. Look, I'm an expert in international criminal law, which has to do with the War Crime Code. I appeared to the Liberian Senate July 12, 2021, and told them, you can check that out on Facebook. I laid out the foundation of how, if you intend to do a War Crime Code, how it should be done. But hey, these people want to just do what they call mimicking. And you know, one animal there that can, when it reach to a place, if the place that green, it will turn itself green. When it get to the other place that blue,
it changes color.
Yes, chameleon.
Yeah.
That's what this government doing with their policy.
Wow.
Yes. Because there is no proof that their war crime code issue will succeed. But yet they brought it. That is distraction to the Liberian people for us not to see the weaknesses they have. I'll give you another example. The issue of education they brought with the foreign minister and the education minister, how far it gone for people to go study abroad.
Wow.
So what they are doing, they are mimicking. They see something somewhere, they will not sit down. There's something we call policy learning and policy transfer. You need to understand, can this policy, if I bring it to my country, will it work in the Liberian environment? They not do that. They just go grab it by the neck, they haul it, they bring it to Liberia. You understand what I'm saying, right?
You.
The people will just go grab something, haul it to Liberia, say it will work. It can't work here. You can't rule a country you don't know. These people are proving that they live here, but they don't know Liberia.
But both of them, in fact, everybody in the government, including president, they're all Liberians, and they've been here. Some of them left, they went for studies, and they came back.
I will give you something, Jefferson. Let me give you an example. There was a day that I'm giving you a parable. This man was teaching math, and then he said it was subtraction. So 10 goats were laying down on the road. So he said 10 goats laying down on the road. His student there in the class said the car came and ride on 4, right? 10 minus 4.
6.
So the teacher asked. He said, now 10 goats there, the truck came and ride on 4. How many will remain? The other one then put their hand up. Yeah, teacher, yeah. That's 6. And that's 6, you say?
Yeah, that's 6. I was
No.
6.
Then one boy put his hand up. He said, yeah, teacher, I know the answer. He said, yeah. He said that 4. They say you're wrong. He said, no, teacher, I'm not wrong. He said, you know math, but you not know goat. That's that goat we see. They came 4. Then the other 6 be there. No. The people, they live in Liberia, but they don't know Liberia. They know math, but they not know goat.
Okay.
They know how to put lies together for votes, but they don't know what we call governance. There's a difference between government and governance. Governance is how to administer your people. I studied this. Public governance, public management, global governance. So where I sit, I understand the problem of Liberia much more than every one of them that sits on that seat. I can tell you in every sector what ought to have been done if they had done proper policy assessment, policy analysis. Based on evidence, you act. But you look around, the best thing they're doing that to repair building them. That's where they get opportunity to steal. And guess what? That's the reason why LACC scared. Because if you go after certain people, they will go after you. So they just there. When Martin Colley had to tell them, say, stealing happening over there before they go. They wait for Martin Colley breaking before they go there.
So Dr. Sharif, you spoke on, let's talk about, President Weah, prior to his ascendancy, the campaign speeches he made, he talked about corruption. He would have fight corruption. And he talked about the rule of law will be respected, good governance, which you spoke about. Under President Weah, is barely 1 year plus now. The rule of law, let's look at the rule of law under the president. What can you say so far, coupled with the recent, the December 18 fire incident at the Capitol building? What can you say so far? What's your own take?
You know, what I need to tell this president and his government, they need to improve relationship with the Liberian people.
Relationship?
Yes. There's a complete disconnect between the citizens and this government. And that's not a good development. In fact, I was even shocked to see police and people in army uniform fighting because the chief of staff said they're not soldiers. But people in military uniform fighting. am a public policy analyst. That is not a good development. That sends a signal that Liberia is a weak state.
For army and police to be fighting.
Yes, securities fighting among themselves shows that that's a weak state. So one of the credible way of getting over some of these things is building relationship. There needs to be relationship between the citizens and the government. But as it stands, there's a lot of disconnect. There's a lot. The citizen and the government, they're not really on par. You can see that the citizens are beginning to cry. I'll give you an example. During the war, something happened in Lofa. That was fast small time. So, people were looking for Maringo people to kill. So this imam, he led people in the mosque in Masambola to pray that Liberia will get peace and so on.
Yeah.
So at the end of the prayer, the rebel by then, small Soya, the other one then they say, so that they people praying that the monkey so that how they grab the papier, they tie a 2-foot on paper. They started hauling him. In dust.
Mm-hmm.
Papier bleeding. Haul him from Masambola all the way going to Kamata, Popala, going to Yandong. Then they came across some other rebel. Then they say, "Oh my man, the papier thought that rescue. They come in rescue him." Guess what the people said? The rebel then said, "But why are you suffering the papier? Just came one time." They rescued the papier. Were thinking, say they come in rescue him.
Mm-hmm.
The papier said, "La ilaha illa Muhammadu Rasulullah." They say, "But the papier confessing him and man, just came one time."
Okay,
So they rescue these people already suffering us.
Mm-hmm.
We say, okay, we want to get Liberia out of the hands of CDC that already suffering our people. These people say they come and rescue us. Instead of rescue us, they want to kill us. They say they want to kill us one time. That's what they're doing. Look at the price of rice.
Mm-hmm.
There are other ways that you can enhance relationship. The government sitting down, the president sitting down looking. A people living flamboyant life. Living big life, eating big food, buying big car. People who were living in one bedroom, now they finish buying upstairs building, and he looking. One thing he said during the campaign, "I'll earn it.
What was that?
So where the audit? I'll earn it. Where the audit? Where the audit? I am now sending a strong caveat to them that under the administration of the ANC, those they now hold responsible for stealing, we will hold them.
The president just made a pronouncement. He had a first 24
Forget about
cabinet
the pronouncement. That thing that we will build the wall, Mexico will pay for it. All that thing he talking, that we will build the wall, Mexico will pay for it. The same thing Trump was saying, we will build the wall that President Baka is saying. And I get time for that thing. We want to see proof. That now pronouncement that just like locker room talk. You carry a woman in the house. She's shaking her head. No. She said, "Hey, I told you say that iPhone 15. I wanted you to say, yeah, I will give it to you. In my car. I will do this one. I will do that one." As soon as your boss, I say, if I left it home, that's what the people doing to us. Don't believe what they say. See what they do.
We got to move to the ANC. We hope when we invite you the next time we'll talk more about the government. But let's move to your party, the ANC. You were back. The ANC had chairmen previously. I understand there is this election that is coming up late, very soon. But as per your position in the ANC right now, what is your role? What role are you playing within the party?
Okay, I am an executive member through the MNN because I ran before as representative in Lofa. I can't say I was cheated because it's a normal thing. I was not smart enough to stop them from doing what they did. So I accepted that defeat gracefully and stay quiet, close my mouth, because that's what it is. It is what it is. But coming down to ANC, I mean, we have had our brother being chairman before, the current chairman, Orishoku, being chairman before since 2005. And
the longest serving chairman.
Yes, CDC to ANC. No, man. You need to give chance. The best dancer in the world will stop dancing even when the music plays. I'll give you this. The problem that the government is facing right now is similar thing ANC facing. Our current national executive is completely disconnected from the voters. They are completely disconnected from the rest of the partisans. If today you gather 4 or 5 people together, say you want the same faces that were there yesterday to be there today with the ANC, the people will tell you no.
Okay.
So my coming back to get involved in politics is, hey, we have to build a new generation of leaders. That is what Liberia needs. Because if we don't build a new generation of leaders, there is 3 things that is a problem in Liberia: inequality, poverty, and exclusion. But the main driving force, the main thing that causing all those 3 things for the last almost 200 years plus of the existence of Liberia, of the inequality, poverty, and exclusion, is the tragic failure of leadership, just like what Mandela said. The problem of Africa, the now war, disease, and poverty, a tragic failure of leadership. The problem is the current executive, led by my land colleague. He's a lawyer, with all due respect, but he's not giving the party leadership.
Okay.
The party is completely disconnected. I mean, basic administrative processes to take things from one level to another does not exist. It's not there. When something happens, you see people arguing who should do what and where. And political party is a replica of government. If you see any useless government, they were useless during the time they were political party. And I want, with this experience I have, I want to become chairman of my party.
You want to be the new chairman of the ANC?
Yes, I'm saying this with no apology because I've had enough leadership experience. I want to bring ANC to a level where we can build a new generation of leaders that will serve Liberia. People will see their dreams come true in their lifetime. People there who dream say, I'll be us one day. They died, they not pay no us. I'll give you an example. Go look at the civil servants. These people have served the country until their retirement. Some of them, they can then move and say, don't come here again. Like the story we used to hear about Firestone, they say Firestone can't say nothing, they can just lay land. That had the government. CDC government did it, and this government doing it. They say, don't come here again. People need to retire with respect. They can't serve their country, their dream of even having one plot of land to pay us and die in dignity is not happening. And so my coming into leadership as chairman of the ANC, the Alternative National Congress, is not to be an opposition party, but a government in waiting. I am now going to build what we call a government in waiting. So we will checkmate the role that the House of Representatives should be playing, while the playing children play, fighting for something that now makes sense. That is what we will be doing. We will checkmate the government. When I'm elected, there are 3 things or 4 things I will do for the ANC. 1, to restructure systems and procedure of how the party is run.
Before we get to what you do for when you become chairman, let's go back a little bit at the ANC. The past chairman, the longest serving chairman of the ANC, Orisha Gu, what were the missteps, or what are those missteps you've seen or that you saw, and that you decided to contest that you want to be the chairman? What were some of the major things you saw within the ANC?
The party has no direction. That's the major thing. The party has no direction, and there's a complete disconnect relationship. I tell you something. You cannot rule a people you don't have relationship with. You cannot work with the people that you don't have relationship with. And because there is no relationship, because there is no systems and procedure, things will happen you don't even know. Or you know, there's what we call calculated mistake. Somebody turning 3 to 8, and not accusing him of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But a calculated mistake is when somebody turning 3 to 8. When you hold the accountant and say, I made a mistake. My eye was dark, tears were in my eyes the time I was writing. So if you don't have checks and balances, you are not able to work with your able lieutenants in the executive. There's this kind of differences, personality conflict, which affected also the how they call them, the CPP. A similar replica of what is going on in the party. The party people, there are some people who feel that they're their personal property. And look, you can't have a personal property where other people will invest into it. It shouldn't be that way. It's not supposed to happen. But it's happening. And we are going to correct that.
What's your relationship with the political leader of the party?
I can say this to you. To the best of my knowledge, what I know, we have a good relationship. We have a good relationship.
What kind of man do you see Mr. Cummings to be?
I see him to be someone that is focused, someone that wants to see the best for Liberia. But the team that was around him did not know how to interpret his policies. So the Liberian people understood him to be a complete stranger. Because if you don't have a team that has relationship with, by the way, I didn't tell you, I'm a traditionalist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I respect the way the traditional chiefs, the way the system of governance is built around the Poro, the way they administer their area, the Bodio, the other societies. I have done analysis, even in Mali. Okay. They have the Como society. They have in Nigeria, Ile-Ife, or the Oni of Ife. You know, all those traditional people, they organize their people in a way that you can't hear protest because they know that everybody know what to do.
Yeah.
In their places. But guess what? This so-called modernization we try to bring in Liberia, we have not even studied it. I was in England. I saw that one time they said they gave 50,000 to the Zoe women. They say the Monarch practice Sunday society again. I said, me, that trash. I sat there, I said that trash. Because the white people say practicing their traditional
culture, yeah.
And then they're writing something called harmful cultural practices. What do you call harmful cultural practices? Did they kill us? It hasn't killed us, it will not kill us. The Sunday society will continuously be practiced in Liberia. The Poro, the Bodio, all will be practiced. Nobody, I dare any president to say he will stop it.
Getting rid of our culture.
Yes.
And other
I challenge any president. I challenge any legislature to say they will pass law against it. They do that, we will bring them down. Me, I'm a representation of the traditionalists. So nothing will move our culture, it will remain. You bring your million, say they must stop it, I will tell them hold it here and say do it.
So the people around Cummings, they didn't understand or did not present the actual Cummings to the Liberian people.
No. You see, when you have a party executive, starting from the chairman going down to the list, they need to understand the policies of the leader. They need to understand those policies, and they are there to interpret those policies to the local structures, which is the county executive. And in turn, the county executives are able to tell the district and then build relationship. I tell you, I challenge you, find out how many times the chairman has been to Lofa.
Rachel Good.
Yes. How many times has he been to River G?
On
his own, yeah. Or gone to Sino, or to Grand Crew, or to Maryland, or to Nimba. Then he got 3 chiefs. Because for a party to win, you have to have relationship
with the people, especially those in the rural parts.
Yes. The people see Cummins as failure. Because why? The people who should build relationship, they don't build that relationship.
Cummins is from the southeast, especially Maryland, but it's not well known. It's you mentioned the chairman should be a person who will have a relationship with the people in that part, especially Cummins coming from the southeast, and he did not get vote from there. The number of votes that people expected the ANC to have obtained, was it from the weakness of the chairman or who?
I am bringing it back to policy planning. The messaging system. When a leader tells you that this is our vision, in order for that vision to be rolled out, it is the duty of the chairman, and that's why you need a chairman that is highly experienced, understands both national and international issues, understands how to build relationship, and is able to roll out, able to go and explain what the vision is, how that vision will benefit people. I'll give you an example. President Barker used to be home for his able lieutenants, and they go in all those places and do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the political leader has to go to places, he has to reach out to people, but he can't go on his own, because you should have built that structure that when he go, he should be able to sit with either chiefs then or the women he has to sit with. By the way, I drafted the domestic violence law. I've been an activist dealing with women issues in this country, SGBV. So I can get up today and say I'm going Bapolo, I'm going Kumbo, I'm going Belen Fasaba, all those places. I will be welcome, because I've been served as human rights person. I can go to Maryland. I can go anywhere in this country. My name will be called. Somebody somewhere will say, I know him, he helped me before.
I know Dr. Sharif, Dr. Mohamed Sharif.
They will say Councillor Sharif or Mohamed Sharif. That one. But the thing is, the doctor is something that I've earned. I've worked for it.
Okay.
But most people will say Sharif, our brother. Okay. And you see, right now, I'll give you an example. The way I appear in dread. Some people say, oh.
Yeah, because even me, the photo that I saw, compared to you this morning, I was like, wow. I was thinking Dr. Sharif to be one. I mean, the name, especially.
Come on.
Yeah, that was my thought.
Let me make you laugh. Yeah, Jeff. The reality of life is, we have young people who have brain like me. They are today suffering from drugs. I want people to understand that it's not what you wear, it's what is inside of you. I'm not cutting this dread because I walk. Maybe there's a meeting, president will sit down, other people will sit down and cut dread. Who are scared in this country? If they're not scared of the Liberian people that get them vote, that mean will be scared of them. They are that see elephant. You can see fly and be afraid. These people have to, like I said, there's no comprehensive policy on you. See how the young people who should build the future of Liberia die in the streets from drugs. I am saying to all parents, I'm telling the mind pardon, your children in the streets for drugs, help coming for you. We coming. ANC will change this. These people did not get no plan for you. They were very fake. We get plan for you. I feel it. I come from a home where I saw my mom suffering. The market women, how much are they making? Why, for God's sake, you'll be paying somebody trash money, say 150, and then somebody buy $150,000 beast called a car? Why should people even be buying $45,000 car? This government came with a mantra that we come and rescue people. And you saw the example again. The paper they were hauling on the paper.
Oh yeah.
After blood all over him, they say he thought that they come and rescue him. The men say, okay, the paper one time you're suffering him. Now what they doing to us? Instead of helping us, they're trying to kill us. And on my watch, as chairman of the ANC, we are winning elections.
Let's talk about
even if they dance with the devil. I challenge them. Even if they dance with the devil, we are dancing with heaven. We're taking them out.
Okay.
2029.
As chairman of the ANC, what do you bring on the table?
Thank you. I'm bringing leadership. Leadership in the sense that we are making a new generation of leaders right across the spectrum of the ANC. We want to build people. We want to build relationship. And let's talk about building people and systems and procedure. In the first place, ANC as an institution wouldn't have the opportunity to be able to give scholarship to people to go study. Under my leadership, every county structure, every ANC county structure, at least minimum of 3 to 5 people will get scholarship from the ANC to go to community college.
You're talking about 15 counties now.
Yes. We have spent millions of dollars on elections. If we can educate 5 people, every year 5 people benefiting from our scholarship for community colleges, when those people graduate, they are human resource that can be beneficial to that county. And so we also want to help people who have said, look, there are young people who have worked for ANC for the last 10, 11 years, but they not benefit nothing. So the least we can give them is to help them to go learn something. Somebody go in that tire lane or something, or community college are teaching you want to do agriculture, you want to learn something. Okay. We empower you. So that when we take governance of this country, we take government and we are now governing our people, it will be that kind of relationship. We will help young people to go do master's degree in various areas. You know why corruption going on in Liberia? You know why corruption high? No. Because we are recycling. People who been in government since the 80s, the 70s, they stay in government today. I challenge President Buakai to tell me that people who were in government in the 70s, they're not in the government. And let's check their track record. That the only people there that are supposed to eat. Why are you increasing poverty on the people?
So the ANC, under your watch as chairman, will bring up set of people, will bring
the new generation of leaders. We will groom them because they will understand that, hey, this is going to be a no-go zone for corruption. So we also will build relationship. We have to, like I told you, our traditional person. So we have to get the traditional people involved in governance. Let them give idea. Look, I tell you, I've been at doctoral level. I've done research on leadership in the world. Our people get sense. Our traditional people get sense. All these things they're doing in university, this, that, on leadership and governance. I'll give you one example. The criminal justice system in Liberia. We'll have a day to discuss criminal justice system, the legal system. I tell you, our traditional people did not have jail to say, go put that man in jail. When you do something, the chief will sit down. When they wrong you, say, go work on the farm. You work on the farm, or you're not giving, you get your wife, you're not feeding her this, that. They bring your complaint to the chief. When they wrong you, you go work on that woman people farm, or you go work on the cheap farm, they get a woman food. You have to take care of your family. So there was no need for us to be even drafting domestic violence law. Most of these things came about because there was war, and the issues that brought about the war, Jeff, they not change here. The issues that brought about the war, nothing changed.
The rest riot and other things. Still,
Nothing changed. Nothing has changed. That's why I say inequality, poverty, and exclusion. We'll have a day to discuss the policy directions that I'm talking about.
Okay.
If we address those things, Liberia will be a peaceful place.
Let's talk about the four main points you want to talk about when you become chairman.
Yes, we've just
We
discussed
talk about leadership.
relationship. Yes, we have talked about relationship and building new generation of leaders.
Yes.
Now we're talking about systems and procedure.
Okay.
Under my leadership, if you hold an executive position, whether at the county level or the national level, what you're supposed to do, you will do it. Okay. And how are we going to do that? We want to remunerate. We want to pay people. Because you can't have someone who is a county chair, then that teacher in Hapa or in Vanyama. The very first thing they will call the principal and tell him, say, one that man, he might not run a more of Wisaki. You expect that man to lose a livelihood?
Obviously, he won't.
Because the very first thing a woman will tell him, say, the children are in school, that your politics is doing. You must make sure, say, we get food to eat. So, what under my leadership, our target is to be able to give some of them or most of them contracts.
Yeah,
County chairs.
because when you
The county chairs, there are other key positions in the party, like the Secretary General. We'll have Press Secretary, Assistant Secretary General for Press and Public Affairs. We'll have Treasurer. We'll have some key positions that need to be paid. Okay. So that you can't be holding someone accountable for something and you're not giving them something in return. That's unfair. And that is exactly what happened in Liberia here. You will see people working hard. They work like elephant, they eat like ants. They pay gap. Let them go back to the policies that I work on policies before. And in a joint policy document that we work on, pay, pension, and benefit, they should begin to understand that pay people well. Corruption will minimize. It may not stop 100%, but pay people well. The civil servants are suffering, my brother. I saw them working people water in Suni 1 year to come vote this president. Mm-hmm. You know why they voted him? Because people think that his 50 years of experience in government, not governance. Government.
Okay.
There's a difference between
government and governance. Yeah.
Government and governance. You are in government for 50 years. People feel that he will bring that knowledge into governance. But guess what? He's swamped. They overcome him. They build spider web on him. He can't see, he can't move. Wow. I was shocked to see President suspending somebody to say, based on the recommendation. So he doesn't know his constitutional right to hire and fire. You got to say based on this. I now see no difference between this president and George Weah much. Okay. He has never reshuffled. He's not even thinking about cabinet reshuffle with all the noise that going on that people see him. He's not thinking about it. Then what's the difference? Why? So you see the example again of the pickup, the paper they were dragging. We see Tiki said that
he already had
that rescue said no, just kidding, man.
It's like you drowning in the river and your one hand's up and you calling for help.
You put a hand up, then they know where they deny your head with iron just to die. That's what they're doing to us. Because we expect this president with all the respect that he's giving, But where you know that something not okay, the rescue father, Prince Johnson, where he at today? That stress gave him pressure. they bring about a policy that not even makes sense. The war crime code. The South Africa will all what happened. They not put nobody in jail. This president took the from Sierra Leone. War crime code. That's just to mimic. England, the Guildford Four. You go to Spain, you go to Cambodia, all of those places, they not jail nobody. Why you can't forget about this war crime code? Do you intend to dig out the wounds of the Liberian people? Look, Mr. President, look in my eyes, because I'm looking at you straight. You're making a mistake that we didn't expect you to do. Cut off this, stop spoiling our money for the so-called war crime code. A hungry man is an angry man. Liberians are hungry, they're getting angry with you.
So you think Liberia does not need a war crimes?
No.
But all Liberians are calling for it though.
They're not all Liberians. Let me tell you this. When you dig out the wounds, I told somebody before, one of my cousins, she was so jealous. Then she said, Grandpa, I came to complain to you. Then I said, why? Say my husband cheating on me. Then I said, for truth, she said, yeah. Then I said, Kalego. I gave her a shovel. I said, dig. Where we went to dig, then she saw Warren there coming, also she want to run. Then I said, why you running? She said, I Warren there. I said, when somebody hiding from you, don't dig that place. When you dig, what you see, that what you are looking for. If your husband hiding from you, if the wounds, time has healed the hearts of the people of Liberia, we can please everybody. I will say here we are. Everyone in Liberia is hurt. I'll give you an example. When my mother, 1998, I came here. Benjamin attendant hold me to the airport. Put me in Pecon, they brought me to the mansion. That was the first time I knew that the mansion, the real face, it turned to the sea.
It faces
that they bought the back that is facing us. That where they said they would kill me and eat my house with fresh cassava. 1998, yes. Wow. Do I still need to hold that against Benjamin Etienne? No, I want a peaceful Liberia. I want Liberia that we will build and on the principle of love and forgiveness. We can't continue to fight and pay debt. It will not take us anywhere.
Okay. If you were caught, before we open the lines, we're about to go to the telephone lines. If you were caught by this President Weah, to serve, especially in key positions, you're talking about policy and good governance, you are called to serve a key position. What will you? Will you accept the offer or reject?
The first thing I would say, thank you to the president for considering that they are qualified Liberians. But I want to remind this president that I'm already in the capacity of serving my country in opting to become chairman of my party. And so when I become chairman of my party, I will help him understand that the things that they're not doing good is also service to the nation. And also, I want to remind him, there are some young Liberians that went to Korea, school of KD something, and they graduated in policy, master's degree in policy. Quite seriously, I thought that this government were going to rush to hire all of those students. Because they understand policy. Gave them jobs. There is one thing I see in this country, that discrimination. When you go study outside of Liberia, you come back, they hate you. They're not even like you.
Even though the government will send you, but you come back. Sometimes government sends students.
Who the government sending? Apart from Ellen, apart from Ellen that sent people to go study, then this president show who then he pays school fee for. There are Liberians who go study. Then
are you saying President Weah, this
government? He has not done it. I don't know ever he will do it. Okay. He has not done it. And I don't know whether ever he will do it. So what I'm trying to say is, there are lots of gaps in governance, in leadership. Retired date 1974 people, 75, 80s people that already you keep recycling them just so that you're rescuing their poverty.
But sometimes
He's rescuing his friends' poverty.
Sometimes government will need experienced people, those who have
Bring
served.
them as advisor. Don't
Oh.
bring them as ministers.
Okay.
Bring them as advisors. Let the young people grow. Look, let me tell you, on record, the best president Liberia has ever had, that William Aratoba. I have done analysis of this country. I analyze all the leaders in this country, all the presidents, and I challenge anybody to dare me say that lie. President Toba was the best. He had a program called the Precious Jewel Program, that how they got the multilateral schools to bring in the middle level learning program. And you see, the issue of assistant ministers were brought about to train young people into leadership. Why do we still have people who've been ministers long ago to keep recycling? And I'm going to take a jab at, how they call him, Louis Brown.
Okay.
Why should Louis Brown still be in governance?
The man who was with the ANC?
Louis Brown is one of the most deceptive person in this country. And I'm going to take on
the
him.
retired suffering campaign man.
The men are suffering. Those people were on mission. They are the so-called election experts that help to destroy ANC. And look, Louis Brown needs to understand, Louis Brown cannot live without government money. Louis Brown was born eating government money. He went to school eating government money. He has lived all his life eating government money. Today, where is Louis Brown? UN.
He's still serving.
Yes. So this president wants to say there are no young Liberians that you can send. His current deputy minister, yeah, foreign affairs minister,
yeah.
You think Nye can do a better job at UN? Nye that there as deputy minister. You think he can do a better job?
Ibrahim, yeah.
Yes, he can do a better job there. Why we just acting drama and say we want to do something? This is not okay. All this thing we come in stop drugs, we come in stop this, we come in stop corruption. You stopping corruption, but you're not paying people well. You come in stop this, we not see no proof. The president better take Liberian people serious.
Okay.
We're talking very serious. You should take us serious and treat our economy and our security well.
Okay.
Because if you don't lack relationship with the people, then you risk security. That's why you see always protest. And by the time we're finishing, I will conclude on talking to the motorbike boys.
You talk to the bike riders?
Yes, I'm going to talk to them.
Okay.
They are my brothers. I'm going to tell every Liberian that's suffering, hold on. Help is coming.
Okay. All right. Dr. Mohammed Sharif of the ANC, he has spoken lengthily. It's time that we interact with the public. You've listened to him. He talked about the missteps in the Unity Party government and also some missteps within the ANC. And he talked about what he's bringing, his intention. In fact, he wants to contest as chairman of the Alternative National Congress. Lots of things he talked about, youth empowerment and other things within the ANC. It is time that you, the public out there, we hear from you. What are your thoughts out of what you've said? 0770 573 477, 0770 573 477, 0881 871 670, 0881 871 670, and of course the WhatsApp line +231 886 681198. This person, good morning. Good morning. Where you call from?
Everything is no different from President Weah to President Baga. President Weah will sit there, will get one part
Correction. Hello, Aliu, let me correct you. Let me make a checkpoint. Let me make a checkpoint. Let me make a checkpoint. The finance minister, listen now, the finance Aliu, the finance minister, President Boaga did not dismiss finance minister. Let me correct you on that. Okay, thank you. Well, Ali, I just want to let you make you understand that the result of Liberia, having two finance ministers is not as a result of President Boaka's dismissal. The first finance minister resigned due to some illness. It was not because he didn't perform the president dismissing. Let's get that straight. This person, my brother, Sekou Fofana, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Sekou.
Good morning to Mr. Sherry. As you said, Sekou Fofana is my into community. Like my brother you said, Jeff, when coming to public radio, you come with sincerity and be honest for yourself. Don't be sentimental. If you come on platform, you say you never see nothing good for them, you never see on Weah and since and so on. It's very unfortunate on Mr. Sherry. And talking about, sometimes we got to listen to you guys, we got to, for me, platform, care radio, your platform, I always listen to it, and nothing will make me for that to listen to it. But why is that Sherry have for social media money? Because you say that for President Boaga, that I see people they bring it, but if I see people get the experience, if I see people get, we talk about experience here. We're not talking about you see in the past days here, the people that were here, they were looting all cover. Then you talk about what they call all the benefits for President Boaga have cut down, all the changes they have brought in. You why says here you compare says here with because I think they want our comparison because you can't says here 1.5 and I really have. Then you talk about President Boaga doing to so Jeff. Actually, Mr. Sherry, I've taken your coming on platform. Don't feel like you the one getting clear. You content the same President Boaga. President Boaga have no intent to call you in the government. Don't worry yourself. To say if the man will call you now, well, don't even worry yourself. The man that is checking on you. Our government program not last in your hands. You content now if you can, if you West more than the other people that there.
Okay.
That's the position MPA.
Thank you.
So thank you, yeah, we'll listen to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Sekou Fofana 0770-573-477. 0770-573-477. 0881-871-670. We go to the line, take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Your name and where you call from?
My name is Anakula Tiazolu. I'm from Steven Tobo Estate.
Let's hear you, Mark.
All right, I listened to my incoming chairman, Mr. Sherry Weah, but let me tell those that there's the two quarters that they're called to say, oh, Boaga don't need him, this and that. What he said, he has said it all. And the only alternative now for the Nigeria is Mr. Elisana Kumi. Let me try also, because the same thing, the United Party preached again. 2023, this is the same church they have taken. So, the people speaking the truth, that they give, the people you ask that are sitting here is a campaign for Mr. Cummings and he has to win. He's doing the wrong thing. I will surely talk against him. But I will not see the black chicken here and there and say the word. What we are saying against the CDC, that the same thing, they still doing. So, Mr. Sharia, spoken well, he has said it all. I said, thank you.
Okay.
And the ANC is the only alternative right now. The two parties are
0770-573-477, 0770-573-477, 0881-871-670. The WhatsApp, or those of you viewing us via Facebook and YouTube, the WhatsApp line, the international line, is +231 886 681198. +231 886 681198 are the numbers you can use to be a part of the conversation. Dr. Sharif, we talked a lot and we were just exhausted all of the time. Dr. Sharif, two callers. They did not agree with all of your points you made, all of your assertions.
Okay, thank you. I like what Sekou Fofana said. I should come with sincerity. Now,
yes, let me get this person through. Good morning. Please be audible. Your name and where you call from. Jerry, let's hear you quickly. What reliance do you have that made you to say Kumi says in bed with slave? Well, former President Weah visited Manaseli. Now President Bwakatu. Former President Weah talked to former President Salif. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. That's the beauty of democracy. The conversation is going on. Yeah, Dr. Sharif.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to the callers. I mean, the issue about democracy is this. We don't all have to agree, but we need to respect, the people that we're serving. And that's the issue about sincerity. These people said they were going to come with clean hands. Just in a few days, we see what happened to Buka. We see what happened so. We see what happened so. We hear allegations of corruption everywhere. Suspension is not an enough administrative action. It's not enough. This president has spent 50 years in government. He should not even be like dragging his feet on decision making. And that is where I compare him to George Weah. George Weah was dragging his feet on decision making. And this president is doing the same. It doesn't mean that because people say, Anaka with sincerity. Sincerity is just like somebody write number 3. It depending on where you're standing, it can be E. Where you're standing, it can be W. Where you're standing, it can be N or E or 3. So we all not standing to the same angle to see the same letter. But the reality is this president dragging too much his feet on decision making and in making relationship, creating tension in the country. Okay. People suffering too much. The president has to pay attention to bread and butter issue. And the president has to engage also other political leaders so that we can start to discuss the future of Liberia. It doesn't mean that because you win election means the other people are not important. They are. And you need to take that seriously to start to reach out to people.
Okay.
Start to reach out to communities.
Wow. All right. We are almost out of time. In fact, we exhausted the time a lot. We hope to have you again. Like I said, we'll make an arrangement to see if we can have somebody from the government, a strong policy analyst who will come, both of you to sit so that we can talk. The Liberian people we talk about in the country.
Okay.
All right. So, well, your parting comment.
Yeah. My parting comment. I want to talk to my brothers who are doing the motorcycle thing. You see, it's a difficult decision, but I want to talk to you to make that decision. They say a hungry man is an angry man. The police that you see who are there to do checkpoints, they're hungry just like you. So you go there, they dress. The army men that came to fight the police, he dress. The immigration men, he dress. All the security they put in on the street, they dress. My brother, I want to talk to you, say your lead this protest. That you lose it. Go run your bike where you can make money. That's my advice.
Okay.
Because if you and police and no other security go into confrontation, you hear yourself, where your woman will get money from to carry you to hospital? How your children will go to school? We don't have jobs in this country. Go run in the community. And I know that before we were ever meeting with this government best policy person, I know that maybe I'll come back again. We discuss more ANC, we discuss more legal issues about Liberia. Mm-hmm. After that legal issues, maybe another time we can engage in a policy discussion with this government best policy analyst. I'll be open to that. I want them to come. And one thing Sekou said, or the last caller said, they will go to all the villages. That's how we want the game to go. We go into the villages, let them go to the villages. Let's talk to the Liberian people. Let's see who will win the hearts and minds of the Liberian people. So on this note, I want to say thank you, Jeff, and I want to say thank you to the listeners. I'm up for elections for the leadership in terms of chairmanship of the ANC, and we are going to bring change. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Sharif has been here for, over an hour, and we had a lengthy conversation. That's how we come to the end of today's edition. I'll be here again tomorrow with another set of guests, and of course, do have yourselves a blessed day from Monrovia. Bye-bye.